All right, so everybody is doing their WrestleMania recap, reviewing the big show. So I've decided to do a review of TNA Bound for Glory 2009. Now I want you to think back, way back to the glory days of TNA. And now you're thinking to yourself, there were glory days of TNA? Well, back in 2005, I say 2005 to 2007 is probably their best years. You had guys, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles. The list goes on. They had a lot of talent, really good talent. And during that time, they offered an alternative product to WWE, more of a fast-paced action, younger talent. It was something different to watch if you were tired of WWE's, product. So what we got here, we got 2009 Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory is their WrestleMania. So I would recommend, if you are going to collect TNA DVDs, definitely pick up their Bound for Glory pay-per-views. I don't know if you wait like I do for Black November when all their stuff goes on sale. But definitely you want to check out this DVD, 2009. I would say this one was an end of an era because 2 months after this pay-per-view took place, the Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff regime or era started. So that this is kind of like you could say maybe the beginning and the end of TNA, but so definitely this is a 2 DVD set, so you get some bonus features, you get some interviews, and they have Sting interview and Before the Glory, a 30-minute special previewing all the matches. Now let's get to the card. This is a very entertaining pay-per-view. A lot of gimmick matches. So if you like gimmick matches, this is for you. We have the opening is the Ultimate X match for the TNA X Division title. Amazing Red against Suicide versus Daniels versus Homicide. This is the match where Daniels takes that huge bump from the top. You could probably check that out on YouTube and see it. Not much you could say about X Division matches. I mean, the Ultimate X match, it's the same match over and over again, just like the ladder matches. They pretty much do the same spot over and over again. It's just nothing much more you can add. It was a pretty good match, though. I would have to say it was a definitely good match. Then we have Sarita and Taylor Wilde versus the Beautiful People for the Knockouts tag team titles. Maybe the Divas Revolution started with TNA, if you think about it. They were really big on their knockout division. They had even the tag titles, which don't exist right now. Then we have Eric Young against Kevin Nash and Hernandez for the TNA Legends title. Now you're thinking to yourself, what is a TNA Legends title? Well, it's actually now the King of the Mountain title. And now you're thinking, what is a King of the Mountain title? Well, I don't think TNA even knows what a King of the Mountain title is. It's a nice looking belt. I don't know. TNA management or creative cannot decide what to do with this belt. It was the Legends title, then it was the TV title, then it was the Global title, and now it's the King of the Mountain title. It's a mess. We have Full Metal Mayhem match, which is basically a tag team. It's a ladder match for the TNA titles and tag titles, and also the IWGP Tag Team Champ titles. You had the British Invasion against Team 3D, against the Main Event Mafia, Booker T and Scott Steiner, and against Beer Money. Scott Steiner was the star of this match. He was really good. I would say that he was the best part. It was a really good match. If you like ladder matches, but I would say Scott Steiner hit all his good moves. Booker T gets taken out on a stretcher during the end of the match, so Scott Steiner has to fight on his own. Really solid. I would say solid ladder match. Again, this pay-per-view is filled with gimmick matches. Then we have ODB against Awesome Kong versus Tara, triple threat match for the Knockouts title. Not much one-on-one matches here, guys. You just get a lot of triple threats and a lot of multi-man matches. Then we have Bobby Lashley versus Samoa Joe. This is part of Bobby Lashley's original run with the company back in 2009. really good match between the two, and the crowd was really into it. And what's good about this, this doesn't take place at the Impact Zone. It's I'm not too sure exactly. I think it was in maybe somewhere. I don't know where it took place, but it was not at the Impact Zone. So you got these fans that are really hot and are really into this match. A lot of suplexes, and the ending wasn't that great for the match. I think the ending was supposed to lead to something else, but I think Bobby Lashley left the company shortly afterwards. Then we have Abyss versus Mick Foley in a Monsters Ball match. Hardcore match. Something you won't see nowadays with this PG wrestling now. Very hardcore, bloody. The special referee was Stevie Richards. Mick Foley just proves that he still can do these type of matches. I mean, barbed wire, the thumbtacks. It had matched out everything. Everybody was covered in blood afterwards. I would say this is probably one of Mick Foley's best matches in TNA, in his TNA run. Just definitely reminded me of Cactus Jack, his persona. And then we have Kurt Angle versus Matt Morgan. This is Matt Morgan's another guy that TNA dropped the ball with. I wouldn't say he was the best talker, but he had a good look. And the storyline going into this match was Matt Morgan wanted to be part of the main event Mafia, and I guess he accidentally cost Kurt Angle the title at the last pay-per-view or something. And so they do have a match. Kurt Angle can have a good match with anybody, really. So it was a pretty good match. And then the big one, the main event, AJ Styles versus Sting. Throughout the pay-per-view, they call Sting the Mr. October, because for the three previous Bound for Glory pay-per-views, he's won the TNA title, and he's kind of like undefeated. I wish they would have kept that up throughout the Bound for Glories, make Sting undefeated, kind of like the Undertaker streak, because that would make things special. So when you finally have someone beat him, I mean, it would really mean something. The whole thing here was this going to be Sting's final curtain call? Would he be retiring after the match? Of course he doesn't, because he stays with TNA for another 4 to 5 years. But this is kind of like, match was kind of like passing the torch to AJ Styles. Not really a good match. It was a little bit slow paced. Sting doesn't look like he was in shape at all. It's not like how he was in WrestleMania 31 against Triple H when he was in solid shape. It doesn't look like he was pretty much cared when he was in TNA to be in shape. And then at the end, you know, AJ Styles goes over, and then Sting does like a short speech saying he doesn't know what his future holds, but we all know that he comes back. But solid pay-per-view. Then the announcers are Mike Tenay and Taz. And boy, if you watch TNA nowadays, you do miss Mike Tenay. I don't know if it's just me, but the announcing on TNA nowadays sucks. Josh Matthews is horrible, and the Pope, oh my God. It's Josh Matthews is so bitter about being released by WWE that he just takes these like shots at WWE, and he should thank WWE, because TNA wouldn't hire him if it wasn't for him working for WWE. Announcing sucks. TNA nowadays, it's bad. If you watch it, Impact Wrestling nowadays, I don't know if they can ever return to these days. I just don't think that that's possible. Here's the back cover of it. You see some pictures of the event. But I would say definitely, if you're collecting TNA DVDs, you need to have this in your collection. Get it now before it's on the WWE Network. No, I'm kidding. I don't think this will ever be on the WWE Network unless Vince McMahon decides to purchase TNA. Definitely get it. This is from 2009, so I guess some of their older DVDs are probably like cheap now. I don't know, maybe $9.99. I have to check their website. And if you really want to wait, wait for Black November and add this to your collection. It has a pretty cool cover with Sting on it. And this is the side view of it too. I don't know. Yeah, sorry. But definitely, add it to your collection.